What's going on, everyone? It's my back again. John is at a birthday party, so he is in different surroundings. He is currently in a nursery drinking a can of Foster's. Um, it's Everton against West Ham. It's your match preview. John, let's get straight into it. Team to play West Ham will be as follows. Pickford goal, Mikalenko, Tarkowski, Branthwaite, Godfrey. We're going to have in the middle of the park James Garner, Decore, your mom, your sister. And up front, we're going with Chimiti, Dobbin, and then if we're lucky, we might have a substitute like Richard Wright or Steve Simonson. We're looking a bit light in midfield for this, aren't we?
Bit light to say the least. Anana's touch and go according to Dyche. Garner guy, I think he's carrying a knock as well. So it looks like James Garner's going to be in the middle, and as you say, probably with Decore, but I think we've agreed on it. I think we like Decore a bit further forward to help Calvert-Lewin out because he is struggling at the minute. So it is going to be a bit of a mishmash team. You're probably going to get McNeil on the left, Harrison on the right. I have no problem playing Dobbin or Chimiti up front. I agree with you on the back line. I'll probably put Hans Sagers in goal, though, to be fair. So anyway, right, I'll ask you. You always ask me. What do you think of the game tomorrow? Do you think it's a game where we can get back to winning ways? You know, we've got the points deduction that was hanging over our head. We've got some back. I know we've got another charge hanging over our head. West Ham won their first game in 2024 last week with an emphatic win. Jared Bowen's back. West Ham looks so much better with Paqueta in the team. I know he was in the team when we played them there. We need to get back to winning ways, Michael. We need to start scoring goals.
Yeah, so I've got a friend who's a West Ham fan, and I was talking to him a little bit about it today. West Ham are up for this because they sort of need to start winning games to keep the run going towards the end of the season. You know, they've got aspirations of European football. You know, they've got this plan that they've got this big stadium and they can invest in the squad because of the money. So, look, they're going to be coming to Goodison Park tomorrow wanting to win. You are right.
They're going to want to pay us back, aren't they, for the defeat that we give them there? I think that was the last win we got, wasn't it?
Well, it's one of them, yeah. It's definitely. I think it's either that one or one of the others. I think, or if not Chelsea. But look,
the last time Calvert-Lewin scored.
Yeah. So irrespective, it's a game that Everton have to win. In my opinion, it's a game that Everton have to win. They got the 4 points back this week. They currently sit 15th. Goal difference is better than everyone around them. Everton now need to start applying the pressure. And if you remember, it was probably about a year ago, John, I made a statement which sounded really weird at the time. But I said that Everton are a better team if they're in mid-table. And people will say, well, of course they are, because they pick up points, they pick up draws. This team is not built for relegation battles. It doesn't know what it's doing. You know, Sean Dyche is a charismatic, aggressive manager, but we hear the same things week in, week out. This team is better at having a little less pressure on them, being able to play on a forward foot, maybe, you know, instead of constantly defending and constantly being rigorous. There's players in this team that are capable of playing better going forward. And this is the opportunity to give us that. This is the opportunity to close the gap with the teams in front of us and to make the gap behind us bigger. You know, it's a game Everton have to win. It's a game Everton have to win.
See, that 4 points, I know it's already pushed us up 2 places, but it makes it look a lot healthier for us. So, you know, hopefully, I know we've got another charge hanging over our head. Personally, I think it's probably going to be another 2-3 points. That's just my opinion. Yeah. But it's lifted a bit of the pressure off the team now. And, you know, I was going to ask you about that, obviously because of where we were and what we had hanging over our head. Do you think Dyche will play a bit different now the pressure's being lifted off a bit and we've got 4 points back? Do you think he'll try and change it, maybe a different formation? Or is he going to stick to the same? And is this the football that we're going to have to get used to what Dyche plays with the squad of players that we've got? Because as you quite rightly say, they're not cut out for the relegation battle. We've seen that. I think, you know, we're struggling. We've had quite a few draws, but we haven't had wins. And We didn't pull away from the bottom, really. You know, we were fourth bottom, third bottom, fourth bottom, third bottom, with the point deduction that we got handed. Now we've had 4 back. It does look a bit healthier. 2 or 3 wins, Michael, out the games that we've got coming up. West Ham, Man United away, another Liverpool game's being cancelled now. So we need to pick up a couple of wins now to prepare ourselves for another point hit, i.e. 2 or 3. And if we do get hit with them, we need to have the points in the bank where we can accept them points, not put an appeal in, and still make us safe for this season.
Yeah, I mean, you're spot on. And I think the big thing as well is, you know, we've alluded to going forward, attacking and defending. Everton have got one of the best defences in the league. They've got one of the best centre-half pairings in the league, arguably the best. I mean, Liverpool's Canate and Van Dijk were top, and then ours was second. But, you know, when you actually just look at it and you take them players out individually, Tarkowski and Branthwaite, I think, are better than Kayate. So when you sit there and you think Everton defensively are probably sound, you know, conceding a goal a game isn't a problem as long as you score 2. You know, and Everton just don't seem to have that in the locker. And when they do, they have these moments where, you know, they beat Chelsea 2-0, they beat Newcastle 3-0. But then they can't beat the teams that they need to beat 1-0. But, you know, they can't beat the Lutons at home 1-0. They can't beat the Fulhams. And these are the games that are tight, are difficult. But the other team has been getting the result, has been getting the rub of the green, has been getting the decision. And this is where Everton have got 12 games now where they've got to stop. It's got to be that Everton go to Goodison Park tomorrow, not sit deep, not let West Ham have all the ball and press onto us. We've got to have a go. And partly because we haven't got the players in this team to not have a go at this point, because we haven't got a midfield. If we sit back, they're literally going to hem us into our box all game. We've got to play forward. And for me, we need to utilise the pace that we've got in this team, and we don't. You know, we don't. McNeil isn't particularly quick. Harrison looks like he's scampering. You know, I want to see some real energy. And that is where I do change it this week, personally.
We need to have energy going forward, Michael, because if we haven't, there's 2 players in that West Ham team, and I mentioned them earlier on in the video, Paqueta and Jared Bowen. We're not on our game tomorrow. They could have a field day, because them 2 players, I've always liked Jared Bowen. I think, no disrespect to West Ham, Jared Bowen could go to a top 4 team easily, in my opinion. I think he's that good. We can't let him get in the game. He scored very early the other night. I think he got 2 goals quite quick.
Hat-trick.
Yeah, but he scored a hat-trick, but 2 of them were quite early. We can't afford to do that. Going back to Goodison, and we've spoke about the atmosphere as being poor. And listen, I've slagged the atmosphere off. I've been quiet. You've been quiet when you've gone. You know, we don't know what to expect. We've had the worry of how many points we're going to get back hanging over our head. We've had some, you know, we've had, what's the word? We found out now, I can't think of the word, but we found out now where we are with that first charge. I think the crowd are going to be up for it tomorrow, because we've got 4 points back. That's gone. Forget the first charge. It's gone. The crowd need to get up for it. And in return, the players need to give the crowd something, because I can see the Everton fans doing their part tomorrow. You know, the threat of not getting any points back's gone. I think that, you know, that helped towards the way the crowd have been quiet, and it was hanging over our head, and we've been worried. So that's the word I'm looking for. We've got clarity now from the first charge, haven't we? You know, we've got clarity now. Push on, get further up that table. So if you want to hit us again, we've got enough points in the bank to stay in this league. And then come the summer, we know where we are. Hopefully the takeover's sorted, and we push on. And that's what the club needs, Michael. It's what the fans need.
Yeah, you're spot on. And one of the things you just said there is about the atmosphere. Look, the atmosphere with Goodison hasn't been good in a long time. And this isn't a dig at Everton fans in general. But when you're being served up rubbish, you're not going to get up for
Yeah, yeah.
rubbish. You know, it's difficult. The problem I have is certain times I am a vocal fan, as in I will give a bit to the referee. I will give a bit to the players if I think they can do better. I do shout and say, get over to your man, you needed. But I also shout, and you've sat next to me and seen me do this. I've also shouted to Calvert-Lewin saying, come on, mate, you'll get the next one. Keep going. Try and encourage them. Good turn and Arna, go on, lad. Good, I try to be balanced with everything I do. The views on the channel, the views in the game. I try to be open and honest with everything in life. And I find it really frustrating when you're there. You can be singing, Spirit of the Blues, it could be anything. And you get people telling you to shut up. You get people saying, stop singing, stop. And to me, when somebody says to me, stop singing, that's the equivalent of saying, stop supporting your team, because they need to hear us, and they need to hear us right now. John, I think, look, I think there's a big problem with Everton fans and the club, as in the way that football is played, because these fans, we've been sucked of life because of the football for the last 3 or 4 years has been terrible. The style of play, the decisions that we've seen this season and last season. And look, I'm not digging Dyche out, because he probably is what we need right now. So no problem. But it would be lovely to get excited about going on a run and beating teams. And, we went on that run of 8 games and we lost one of them. I was really buzzing about the future. I was really excited. Now I sit here and our form hasn't been that bad, but we're drawing too many games because we can't score enough goals. Going into a home game against West Ham, where me and you have had this discussion, and we're awful at home. Like, we're not very good at home. So I'm more worried about playing West Ham this week than I am of going to Old Trafford next week. What?
I know. And the thing is, in the past, our home form has been really, really good. That's probably what's kept us in the league over the last couple of years, because the away form was shocking. It's absolutely flipped on its head now. And we play better. I was down at Brighton last week, and Brighton had a lot of shots. Everton defended really well. And that's what you pointed out earlier on the video again, how strong the defence is. And we had chances. Decore had one cleared off the line. We could, that was a goal soon that left his foot, only for them having a player on the line. So we are creating chances. Again, I haven't had a pop at you, but I have turned on and said, I'm not interested in your stats anymore, because stats don't get us through. I have, and that's not a pop at you. I have. I've said it on the phone.
Yeah. But you're right, John. You're right. Stats don't win you games of football. You're spot on when you say it, John.
But the XG that we've got is one of the highest. Calvert-Lewin, I think it was the Crystal Palace game, won 17 headers in that game, or 18 headers. The most headers a strikers won in the Premier League. I don't know if this season or since it started. Probably this season. But we've done that with it. He had 2 chances, put them over the bar with his head. Should be scored in at least one of them. So we do create chances. We do defend well. The pressure's off a bit. We need to get behind them. You quite rightly pointed out before that you've been told to stop singing. I've had lads that have told you this in the past who threaten me because I'm up out my seat and I'm sort of telling the lads what to do, and I'm no manager. Ended up arguing, people threatening me and stuff. Let me get out my seat. I pay money just like them. You pay money just like them. You have your opinion, I'll have mine. They would have sit there and accept it. That's up to them. I'm not accepting it. I'll do my best to get behind this team. And I know the videos lately have been down in the dump, but what do people expect, Michael? When we're watching turgid football, we've had the points deduction hanging over our heads. I think we've won one in 2024. If we've won one, Calvert-Lewin hasn't scored in 18 games. What do people expect? It's not going to be fucking cock-a-hoop and all hunky-dory when we do videos on here. But I've got this feeling now that with this only 4 points, and I know it's only 4 points out of 10, I did expect more. I did say on here we needed at least 5. But with the fixtures we've got coming up, Man United, I think he's lost the dressing room, Ten Hag. If we could get something tomorrow and go there next week, we could get 6 points out of our next 2 games, because we should beat West Ham at home. Man United are a poor team. We're better away from home. 6 points for us. He can give us another 3 points deduction. We're fine. We're fine. But this is what we need. I think the players, first and foremost, need to give us something to get us off our seats. Attacking football, playing good football, creating the chances we are, but scoring them. Stay tight at the back like we have been. It works both ways. And I think now, with the first thing, we've got clarity over that. We need to come together.
Yeah, you're spot on. I would just want to ask you one question because I got slated for it midweek. I don't care. You put these opinions out on Twitter and it's just a cesspit. Like people, the thing that annoys me about social media now is people haven't got the bottle to say it to your face or put a picture of their face there. They won't do it. They'll be the same people that will come round to you and say, "Oh, Mike, it's nice to meet you." They'll be the same people that will slag you off now. But you see it all the time, and we see so many great people in and around the ground. But you just know that these people on Twitter, they say things they just haven't got the minerals to say it to your face.
Keyboard warriors, mate.
But one of the comments I made was that I would start Chimiti, and I actually stand by it. I would play tomorrow 4-4-2, and I would play Calvert-Lewin and Chimiti up front because I would let the pace of Chimiti get in behind from his flick-ons. That's.
Well, I'll go further than that, and I'll probably get slagged off in the comments like you did on Twitter, X, whatever you want to call it. We all know he's not going to play 4-4-2. You'd like to see that, as you pointed out. He's not going to do it. I would have no problem in playing Chimiti or Dobbin in place of Calvert-Lewin. And I know Calvert-Lewin scored goals for us, and I know he's had injuries. But you tell me any other club that carries on playing their striker week in, week out when he hasn't scored 18 goals. But I will say it again, he's very isolated. But he wasn't isolated when he had them 2 headers against Crystal Palace and didn't put any of them in.
Yeah,
he's so low on form. We are creating chances, as we said about the XG. He is isolated, you can point out. But we're creating enough chances for him to have scored more recent than 18 games ago.
Yeah. Yeah, I think you're spot on. And it's actually 20, John, so it's just even worse. It's just worse.
20, yeah.
So tomorrow will be, look, if Everton fail to win, which I think we do win tomorrow. I do. I've got this feeling that we win tomorrow. I think it's tight. I think it's 1-0, but I think we win. If we don't win, it's going to be 3,190 miles I've driven since I've watched a home win. How bad's that?
Well, what I will say to you there is, if we get beat tomorrow, stop coming. Because it's you. And if we get beat tomorrow, no, you're not having me season ticket for the derby. Right, score prediction.
Yeah, I'll go 1-0.
I probably go 1-0. I think there's one goal in it, 1-0 or 2-1. I think there's a goal in it, that's it.
Yeah. So, well, guys.
We will be there tomorrow. We'll all be there tomorrow. Me, Michael, his dad, my brother, his mate. We'll all be there. So if you do see us, come and say hello and buy some.
There you go. Up the toffees.
Come on.